Hello everyone, it's your host Hera and welcome back to another episode of the Lovin Doha Show. I hope you guys are doing well this Thursday afternoon. It is finally the weekend and we have the ultimate list of activities to keep you busy in the best way. But before we get started on that, we have a few very important updates you need to hear about. Starting with news of Qatar Charity generously installing dozens of solar-powered water pumps for rural areas in Pakistan, then wrapping the episode up with news of a Kuwaiti school that has a bunch of students praising Qatar Airways after the airline facilitated their stay amid the regional crisis. So much to catch up on today, so let's get started. Firstly, on that wholesome act of charity, here's some genuinely uplifting news coming out of Pakistan, and it's all about water, sunshine, and impact. In the Sindh province of Pakistan, Qatar Charity has rolled out a solar-powered water initiative that's quietly changing thousands of lives. And when we say changing lives, we mean it in the most literal way possible. The organization has installed 16 solar-powered water pumps across the Khairpur and Sanghar districts, bringing clean, safe drinking water to over 5,000 people in communities that have struggled for years with shortages and contamination. Now, what makes this even more powerful is how it works. These pumps are fully solar-powered, meaning they don't rely on fuel or unstable infrastructure, just sunlight, turning something as simple as the sun into a consistent source of clean water. It's sustainable, low maintenance, and honestly, kind of genius. But this isn't just a one-off project, it's part of a much bigger mission. In 2025 alone, Qatar Charity installed 150 solar-powered water pumps across the region, reaching more than 51,500 people. That's not just numbers, that's entire communities getting safer water, better health, and a bit more dignity in everyday life. And when you think about it, it's one of those stories that reminds you how innovation doesn't always have to be flashy. Sometimes it's just about solving a basic human need in a smarter, more sustainable way. So yeah, while we often hear about big global headlines, this is one of those quiet impact stories that's actually reshaping daily life for thousands of people. Sunlight in, clean water out. Simple but powerful. Next up on those stranded students, so back in February, a group of students and teachers set off on what was meant to be a dream winter escape. Snowy slopes, crisp mountain air, and all the magic that comes with a ski trip in Switzerland. They were in full adventure mode, soaking it all in, completely unaware that their return journey was about to take an unexpected turn. Because on February 28th, just as they were preparing to head home, plans came to a sudden stop. Rising regional tensions led to the closure of Kuwait International Airport, and just like that, the group found themselves stranded in Geneva, far from home and suddenly in a situation no one had planned for. What could have easily turned into panic quickly shifted into something very different. Because that's where Qatar Airways stepped in. And not in a small way, they immediately took responsibility for the entire group's well-being, arranging accommodation, providing daily meals, and making sure every student and teacher was looked after properly. Not just for a night or two, but for 3 full weeks. Yes, 3 weeks of care, coordination, and constant support. And while uncertainty was in the air, what stood out most was calm. No chaos, no confusion, just a structured, steady effort to make sure people felt safe and supported. For parents back home and school staff trying to stay updated, That level of reassurance meant everything. Because this wasn't just about disrupted travel plans, it became a real example of how responsibility looks when things don't go according to schedule. In the end, it's easy to talk about flights and destinations, but moments like this highlight something bigger. It's not just about getting people from point A to point B. It's about what happens in between and who shows up when it matters most. And in this case, Qatar Airways didn't just respond, they took care of people. And sometimes that's what truly defines the journey. Lastly for today, if you're in Qatar this weekend and wondering what to do, good news, the city is packed with events for every vibe. For adrenaline lovers, head to Lusail International Circuit, where you've got everything from mixed training days to high-speed karting at Lusail Karting. Perfect if you want a bit of competition and a lot of fun. If you're in the mood for something more laid back but still exciting, check out Hot Wheels Qatar at Qatar South Parking, running until May 2nd. Basically a dream spot for car fans of all ages. For music and nostalgia, there's the Legend Tribute Show at Oasis Stage in Mall of Qatar, bringing iconic hits back to life with a full energy performance. And for families or a magical night out, Fontana Circus at Hyatt Plaza is delivering jaw-dropping acrobatics and world-class entertainment all the way through May. So whether you're chasing speed, music, or just a fun night out, this weekend in Qatar has you covered. That is all we have for today, guys. I wish you all a lovely day with all your loved ones. We will be back on the show tomorrow with another episode on all the latest updates. But for now, stay safe, enjoy the weekend, and keep loving Doha.
Thank you for tuning in to the Lovin Doha podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you got your podcast from.